Welcome to MarketMatch's Marketing Mojo Marketing Minutes. Today we're going to touch on a topic that's on the minds of a lot of financial marketers these days, electronic payments. Today we're boiling it all down for you, what the real point of electronic payments are and why Apple, Google, Samsung, and PayPal are all vying so aggressively for love. There's been a lot of talk about how new forms of payment hopping around the financial world lately are going to disrupt the industry. Non-traditional banks, digital wallets, electronic payment apps, whatever you want to call them, they're all the rage. Who will adopt? Who will be the big winner of adoptions? And will consumers follow suit? It seems that there's a far greater concern about the effect these non-traditional forms of payment will have on non-interest income and branding for financial institutions than what these non-traditional banks are actually after. To be clear, these two items are certainly roadblocks. Keeping your customers' minds on the brand and on top of wallet and making sure you're getting your fair share of interchange income are both important. But for players like Apple Pay, Google Wallet, PayPal, and the like, income from payments is not where the action is at. And if you believe that, well, sorry I'm not sorry, but you're just kidding yourself. Sure, Apple and Google are interested in some income. That makes sense. But I highly doubt that they're in the payments game to steal brand equity away from financials. So where is the action? No, it's not here either. No, the action is in the power that Apple, Google, Samsung, and PayPal get when consumers use their payment product to buy all of the consumer goods and services they want. With every card that's imported into the app and every swipe of the phone that we use to pay, they're gaining some valuable insight into consumer behavior. No big surprise here, we're talking about data. Tons and tons of data. So much data, it's hard to comprehend just how magnificent it all is. Right now, you might be asking yourself, what's the big deal? So they have data. Well, we have data too, right? Let's stop there for a moment. The argument that we have data too is going to end very badly here. First, there are things to consider, such as marketing budgets that put financial institutions at a severe disadvantage when it comes to competing with Apple and Google on data. To boil it down even further, what Apple and Google are looking to do with your customers' data is find ways to market to them more efficiently, circumventing your bank or credit union in the process and trying to advertise directly to them. It's that classic case of, hey, you can't do that, we're already doing that. Or at least we're trying to. And there are some real issues with companies like Apple and Google using that data to put ads in front of your customers. Think about your loan portfolio. Now think about it eroding, because using data from Apple Pay, now other banks, credit unions, P2P lenders, you name it, can compete for your customers' lending business by being the highest bidder for that space. I like to think about it in terms of a mint.com on steroids. Sure, a personal financial management tool is a great idea and wonderful for your customers, but you stop to consider what's going on the inside of Mint, and your customers are being bombarded with offers for financial services from other banks and credit unions based on all of the awesome data that Mint is collecting. It's no wonder that more and more banks and credit unions are finding their own solutions to the PFM problem. Virtual payments won't be any different. The real question in this situation becomes, how are we as financial institutions going to combat this? How do your tactics as it concerns the data need to change? Big data has been both a buzzword and the scariest four-letter words in the financial industry for the past few years now. Many want big data, but not a lot of people know where to start. And now Apple and Google are going to be forcing the hand of many financial institutions from the payment side in order for them to keep up. So where can we focus the fight? Our budgets and ability to crunch the numbers compared to a virtual payment provider is clearly at a significant disadvantage. The way I see it, there are two areas that we as banks and credit unions can focus and regain some of the upper hand to put our brand, products, and services in front of our customers before Apple can suggest otherwise. The first, and it's probably not what you were thinking, is ensuring the establishment of an omni-channel experience for our customers. 69% of bank CEOs right now believe that they already offer their customers a true omni-channel experience. If we're going to fight the good fight for our brands and put ourselves on the forefront of our customers' and members' minds, an omni-channel experience is a must. The second, which is probably more in line with what you were thinking, is to dive into data and find out where we can beat our competition. Meet with your core processing vendors, call up card services, negotiate with IT, figure out what data that you have that Apple and Google don't, and devise an angle to communicate with your customers that they can. Don't have text alerts? Now's the time to figure out how to implement them. Looking past all of that, there is one other big question that banks and credit unions will need to ask themselves. Are we okay with this? Obviously, non-traditional banks are part of our future, but are we okay with the costs involved to our customers' information and what that means to us as financial institutions? I am still very seriously on board with the idea that the last thing Apple and Google want to do is become the bank, because realistically, it's like running for president these days. More problems come with that job than perks. So for now, that argument can be put to rest. But do we really seriously need another competitor vying for our customers' attention on the financial product side? Apple and Google are obviously after a lot more than just collecting data on your customers to get them a better loan rate. And that's okay too. After all, we want to find deals and discounts that are offered to us at just the right time. And I say, let them have those wins. But when the scope of their daily deal starts to interfere with business that we hold so near and dear, it's time to take action. So I have to know, for those watching at home, what plans are going into place at your bank or credit union when it comes to electronic payments? Are you jumping on board this Apple and Samsung Pay wagons? Are you staving off the fight until your customers keep asking for it? Or are you just waiting in the wings to see what adoption is like? If and when your bank and credit union does implement, what are you going to do to safeguard your customer base? Thanks for joining us for this edition of MarketMatch's Marketing Mojo Marketing Minutes. To make sure to check out our blog at marketmatch.com for more